There is a singular, decisive moment in the financial life of every individual. It is not gradual, it is sudden. It is the moment you wake up, check your accounts, and realize your money has generated more income while you slept than most human beings earn in a year of labor. This is not sorcery. It is not luck. It is the cold, beautiful inevitability of mathematics. Most people never reach this moment because they quit in the darkness before the dawn. They do not understand that wealth building is a game of three specific non-linear milestones, three tipping points that once crossed fundamentally alter the laws of physics governing your bank account. I spent years in the trenches of investment banking watching billions move across screens, but the most important lesson didn't come from the trading floor. It came from understanding the hidden architecture of compounding. Today, we are going to dissect these three milestones. We will analyze the forensic evidence of why hitting them changes everything and why the first few years feel like walking through quicksand. Let's begin with the autopsy of the early struggle. Why does it feel so painfully slow? Why do you sacrifice, save, and invest only to see the needle barely move? Here is the uncomfortable truth. The brochures don't tell you. In the beginning, you are the engine. Your money is dead weight. If you invest $50 a month at an 8% return for 3 years, you will have contributed $1,800 of your own capital. That blue bar on the chart, that is your sweat. That is your discipline. That is every night out you skipped. Now look at the green bar, the investment growth. It is microscopic. It is almost insulting. You have done 95% of the work for 5% of the reward. This is the valley of despair. This is where most people quit. They look at the sacrifice, they look at the result, and they conclude the game is rigged. But quitting here is financial suicide. You are standing inches from the exponential curve. You are judging a sequoia tree by its first sprout. To understand why you must endure, we need to look at the mechanics of compounding under a microscope. Compounding is not just interest on interest. It is a biological reaction. Your money starts to breathe. In year one, a $100 investment earns $10. You have 110. In year two, you earn $11. That extra dollar didn't come from you. It came from the $10 you earned last year. Your money's children are now having children. Extend this timeline to 30 years. The chart flips. The green bar, the free money, now dwarfs your contribution. The blue bar becomes a footnote. But you only get there if you survive the first milestone. Milestone 1, the first $10,000. This is the hardest money you will ever make. It is a grind. It is a war against your own impatience. If you invest $50 a month, it will take you 11 years to hit $10,000. 11 years of discipline for a sum that won't even buy a decent used car. At this point, the temptation to cash out is overwhelming. You think, is this it? Is this all there is? But let's run the forensic projection. If you stop contributing right here, never add another penny, and just let that $10,000 sit for 20 years, it grows to nearly $50,000. That is $38,000 of pure profit generated by doing absolutely nothing. But we can accelerate this. We can cheat the timeline. In the UK, the US, and many other jurisdictions, the tax code is written to reward investors. Employer matching is free money. Tax relief is instant return on investment. If you contribute $200 a month and the government and your employer turn that into $400 or $500, you hit the $10,000 mark in 3 years, not 11. Crossing $10,000 is not about the money. It is psychological proof of concept. You have proven you can execute. You have proven you can hold the line. You have built the foundation. Now the physics begin to change. Milestone to $100,000. Charlie Munger, the late partner of Warren Buffett, famously said, "The first $100,000 is a boss, but you gotta do it." He was right. At $100,000, the math shifts. Your money is no longer a passenger, it is a co-pilot. If you hit $100,000 by age 35 and never invest another dime, that pot will grow to over $1 million by age 65. This is the concept of coast fire. You have front-loaded the pain. You have pushed the boulder up the hill, and now gravity is taking over. At this level, a 10% market year earns you $10,000. Your portfolio just earned your first milestone in a single year. The grind is over. The acceleration phase has begun. You can feel the wind at your back. You can take your foot off the gas. You can take risks in your career because you have a fortress of capital behind you. But how do you get there? $500 a month gets you there in 11 years? It sounds steep. But with raises, side hustles, and automated increases, it is inevitable if you stay the course. Time is going to pass anyway. You might as well let it pass with your money compounding. Now, before we reveal the final milestone, the one that liberates you completely, we need to talk about infrastructure. You cannot build wealth if your income engine is broken. January is the season of commerce. It is when businesses are born, and if you are selling anything anywhere, you need a platform that works as hard as you do. Shopify powers 10% of US e-commerce for a reason. It is the operating system for entrepreneurs. When I launched my first business, I didn't have a tech team. I had Shopify. It handled the payments, the inventory, the chaos, so I could focus on the product. Whether you are scaling a global brand or testing a side hustle, you need professional tools. Build the income stream that funds the investment portfolio. Milestone 3, $1 million. This is the event horizon. At $1 million, the gravitational pull of your wealth becomes stronger than the pull of your expenses. Look at the numbers. An 8% return on $1 million is $80,000 a year. That is a full-time salary for doing absolutely nothing. In year 2, you earn $86,000. By year 10, your money is generating $160,000 annually. Unless you are in the top 1% of earners, your portfolio is now making more money than you are. You have become obsolete in your own financial equation. Work is now optional. You have escaped the rat race. Using the 4% rule, you can withdraw $40,000 a year, adjust for inflation, and statistically never run out of money for 30 years. You have bought your freedom. So here is the verdict. The path is not linear. It is exponential. The beginning is a test of character. The middle is a test of patience. The end is the reward. Start today. Start with $5. Start with $50. Use the tax advantages. Take the employer match. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. The first 10,000 is the hardest. The first million is the inevitable consequence of that first 10,000. The evidence is clear. The math doesn't lie. Cross the milestones and you win the game.